Good evening. Welcome to another video about yet another computer I found in a thrift store. This one, as it turns out, is an interesting computer because it comes all the way from Tehran. Yes, this computer had the time zone of Tehran on it, and it had stickers in the Farsi language stuck all over the keyboard, which I managed to clean up pretty well, but I can still see some remnants. So let me take a sip of coffee here. Hopefully that'll keep me from coughing or choking or whatever. Seem to have a little bit of a challenge with my keeping my throat clear when I do these things. Anyway, like I said, I don't know if I can get this in shot in here. Can I see it? Can you see it? Pavilion dv5. It's a 2009 laptop, and I guess we can go over the physical aspects of the computer first. Maybe, how would I show you the funky laptop top of the computer? So it has this backlit symbol of special edition. And it has somewhat scratched, but not too bad, not visibly terrible. Pearl, and of course it's gonna go to sleep. Pearl design, these other, okay guys, here we go. I just cannot get the idea of how to do this. Right. Anyway. There you go. So let's see if I can't get the, there we go. And there's my hands. Okay. So I kind of wanted to show you the top. It's kind of artistic. So it's got, to begin with, a VGA port. This is a docking port, or like an extender plug-in. Got your networking, HDMI. You got a SATA connector for external hard drives, very handy. Particularly like those. I got a couple of PVR expanders that I can use as hard drives that I use for those. It's got USB, and it's got your old express card, and it's got a card reader. Swing it around. We got a bunch of flashing lights, and not much else. Oh, get some audio. 3-banger audio, which is nice. Oh, and you can't really tell very easily. Maybe I'll pop it up a little bit, but it does have an infrared. There you go. So it comes from that time when infrared was something you could use. And of course, it's got a DVD and writer. Got a couple more USB ports, a modem, and a Kensington lock, and of course the power. Nothing else really in the back other than the battery. So one of the things I kind of like about this system, besides of course the funky design, because they really did try entertainment PC. And part of entertaining people is funky designs. But it has these things like, convenient things like turning off the mouse pad if you're using a mouse. It sports an Intel Centrino. What does that mean? It means it's a combination of Intel components, one of them, of course, being the CPU. Typically, it involved the CPU, the graphics, sometimes the networking card was Intel as well. The idea was that they're all supposed to work together better. So of course we have a cap lock indicator. There's also an indicator up here when you numlock it. Oh no, that's scroll lock. So you gotta hit, oh I can't reach it, never mind. Anyway, it would be function key and this guy. Anyway, oh yeah. It's got some decent All-Tech Lansing speakers. They're nice and loud. Have tried it out a bit. It has, so these speaker rail is right across the front here. And because it's entertainment oriented, they made an effort to try and make the sound decent for a laptop. It has these controls, touch controls, so you can turn on and off your Wi-Fi. And you can change the volume settings. So let's see if I can get this to come up here. Should. Is it gonna show? I don't know. Let's see if I can get it to show. No, it doesn't show on the screen. I'm just gonna show on the screen. Okay, well, it does work anyway. So this will crank up and down the volume. Power, and then of course this is a, they call it, can we see? Media Smart. Watch what happens here. They hit Media Smart. Come on, you can do it. You've done it before. Okay, well, apparently it doesn't want to come up. Oh, come on. Oh, huh. Well, I had it working. Earlier. Okay, well, it brings up a Media Smart menu. Let's see if normally brings that up. I don't know why I didn't. Here we go, it did now. Okay, well, who knows why, but it does work. Let's see. There you go. So the idea here is that it has a watch DVD along with the theme of being an entertainment PC. So CDs, MP3s, if you had a camera, you could upload edit camera, photos, video, and webcam software. So yeah, it does actually work. For some reason it didn't, but there you go. Yeah, okay. I had it working before. I thought it would work. Strange. It's only when I try and make a video, well, when it stops working properly, right? Anyway, let's talk about the thing that really stood out when I looked at this thing. So, of course, when you get a new laptop, you wonder, well, how old is this thing and does it have any problems? Well, I like to use Crystal Disk Info, and what do we find when we look at the hours powered on? A whopping 29 days, less than the average month of use. It's a 1 terabyte drive. This wouldn't have shipped with a 1 terabyte drive. So somebody went to the trouble of installing a 1 1 terabyte drive on this thing, and then used it for about a month of actual hours use. I mean, they powered it on 912 times, so that indicates it must have been around for a while, but they just simply didn't use it long. So maybe an hour a day or something, I don't know. At any rate, excuse me, that's really noisy. My apologies. Got a dry mouth here. Always seem to have a dry throat. Okay, well, hopefully that keeps the throat clearing business down. Anyway, let's carry on. So let's talk about the graphics. So, like we talked about, Centrino means it's using Intel graphics. In this case, 4 Series Express. Those are not awesome in general. This one has a whopping 64 megabytes of dedicated RAM, dedicated memory, and it has access to the actual memory in the system of roughly, let's say, 1.2 gigabytes. So never a big lover of that combo of this kind of graphics and CPU combo, but it is what it is. Not bad probably for its time, but it just doesn't age well. So of course the native resolution is 1280 by 800, which is actually quite good. Quite happy with that. And we can go over to our CPU-Z. We can look at the CPU info. So the CPU info is a Intel Core 2 Duo T6400. I looked that up, and that came out around 2009. So this is about a 2009 system. And you can see the basic stuff related there. It is a 64-bit operating system, although whoever installed Windows 7 on it did not install a 64-bit operating system. It's 32, which was kind of common back in the day. A lot of most software was 32-bit back when this thing was around. So there you go. Main motherboard is a Quanta. The motherboard and the BIOS is from 2009. So there may be better BIOS, but I don't usually bother. There you go. It's got DDR2, dynamic, meaning dual channel. 4 gigabytes of DDR2 running at 400, and we can look at the individual sticks. This one being a Micron, running at maximum speed, and let's see if it has a matching stick. Yes, it does. These being from 2009, maybe this thing did come with 4. I didn't think it did, but I really don't know. So that's great. They're matching sticks. They're from 2009, probably original. So there you go. I can guarantee you, though, that they have a really hard time believing it came with a 1 terabyte hard drive. But who knows? We were wrong. Those at low hours, though, I can't believe that. I don't think so. I just don't think so. Anyway. fight this dry mouth, dry throat. And we've already talked about the graphics. Nothing to write home about there. So along the same lines, we have just sort of a summary of the whole thing. So you get yourself Windows 7 Ultimate 32-bit Service Pack 1. I'm working on updating all the updates to it. Oh yeah, and by the way, it also has a camera. An HP webcam, obviously. It has the, okay. That's pretty common for these kind of laptops. Anyway, there you go. So yeah, there you go. There's the kind of the summary of the whole bit. Yeah, I'm really happy with the getting such a large hard drive in this thing. Kind of almost passed this one over because I thought, when I first looked at it, I thought, oh, it looks pretty old, hey? And then, you know, I took a chance. And I actually found a screwdriver at the actual thrift store, and I popped the back just to make sure that it hey, three updates, cool. Yeah, just to check and see if it had its hard drive, because I get a lot of these without hard drives. I wasn't going to pick it up if it didn't have a hard drive, but it had it, so couldn't test it still, so it might not have booted, right? But at least I would have got a hard drive out of it. Kind of have to, you know, hedge your bets with this kind of stuff when you take chances on used stuff. I usually like to try things out, but you know, and sometimes you just don't have the opportunity. So there you go. Just get my glasses out of the shot here. So here we go. So this is the rundown of the Windows scores. So what is actually scoring worst is, of course, the graphics, because you know it. You know it. I know it. We all know it. All right, so let's see if I have Nova Bench ready for action here. It's hard to type with when you only got one hand and you're holding a phone. I haven't run it. Brand new install. Haven't run it yet. I always usually set it up though right away, so I can test it out. So here we go. The Virgin Run. Oh, and what is up? What is up? I don't even know. What's going on? Let's see. Is it this light scribe? No. New updates available. That's not good. That could affect things. But you know what? We're gonna run it anyway. Let's close this out. Okay, maybe that should probably be it. I don't know. Let's just proceed. There's something running, but it might affect the speed. Oh, you know, sometimes you just gotta let these things go. Oh yeah, it's motoring along pretty good with the CPU, hashing it out. There we go. RAM transfer. Yeah, 400 megahertz isn't that bad. DDR2. I remember DDR1. It's brutal. All right, here we go. Yeah, more transferring, and here we go. Here's the oh no, not that bad. I'm getting, you know, in the 50s and 60s. That's better than I was expecting. So yeah, I'm happy with that. 2009er. Not bad. Okay, what do we got coming up? Oh, yeah, 343. Well, for a 2009 system, that's, you know, pretty... It was actually designed for Vista, so, you know, it's a Vista class system. I can live with it. 55 frames per second is acceptable. It would probably not be that, might not be happy with the gaming performance, but you know, it would play DVDs and stuff, right? So it would do what it was meant to do back in the day. There you go, guys. That's the score. Actually, I like the hard drive's numbers. 41, and yeah, CPU is decent. Yeah, and the RAM's good. Can't utilize all the RAM, of course, because it's 32-bit, which is kind of a shame, but that is the way it is. I'm not gonna mess with it. This is the original OS. I kind of liked that I got it with, although it wouldn't have been the original OS from the factory. But I don't feel like reinstalling Windows, like 64-bit, fooling around, reinstalling everything. This is working. All the updates are happening. I think it's good enough. And what I do on it, it's kind of good to have a 32-bit system once in a while too, because there might be some software out there that isn't compatible with 64. So there's a few things like that that are of benefit. So there you go, guys. Another refurbished, or in the process of being refurbished, HP laptop with the funkiest design you've probably ever seen. Look at that. Nobody does this anymore. Nobody does all the patterns and stuff like that. Patterns of squares and stuff, colors, oranges and grays and pearl and you name it. They're doing it. Look at that. It's not too bad, actually. It's not that scratched up. Notice there's a couple of scratches on it. But heck, you know, it's earned it. There you go, guys. That's the video for tonight. Hope you're having a wonderful Monday, and I'll talk to you in the next video.